record button and say, yo, what up, man? How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
Good to hear. We've got another DLC. Last week was all Kirishima all the way down. I actually put 3 Kirishima lists out in a row. Kirishima. But we're done with that guy. Now we're talking about Denki Kaminari. So hit me with the elevator pitch. What's going on with your awesome Kaminari list?
So as far as like Kaminari, I cannot decide what symbol he feels really good on because there's just things that you lose and they're so good. Like I think his chaos symbol has things like cool student and access to like all the good like chaos attacks like Todoroki 2 and some of Ochako's stuff. And then order, you have like shock treatment, you have slashing whirlwind,
Right.
and all that's pretty good. And then on void, you have airstream driver. It's like there's just a couple of things in each one that's so good. But I feel like maybe order is where it's at because you have more options, and then the foundation base is pretty decent compared to void and chaos. Chaos feels really bad foundation wise. So I think maybe like getting in the middle, the best of both worlds, is kind of where I've fallen as for him going for order.
I completely dig it. I know if I was gonna play, like if you like held me down and were like, yo, you have to play Kaminari at the next event, it would probably be order exclusively because of Tape Swing. I think Tape Swing is a messed up card in this deck.
Oh yeah, it's not fun. It's fun for me, not other people.
Pretty crazy. I do like the chaos idea of playing big long strings with cool student though. I think that is very, very neat.
It's crazy because you can play release and cool student, and something that was downright unblockable is now like I pass it just by checking a card.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Incredibly easy. I love that. I'm still looking through just real quick and seeing what I have.
For sure.
Attack wise. So what is your favorite attack in the
My favorite probably is Blitz Rush because I love Blitz Rush. I think that card is so fun. But I also probably think it's one of the weaker attacks.
Right.
Because it's a 6 and it's not amazing. But it's also nasty deadlock, and it just says deadlock, do what my character does.
Yeah.
And then I do it again with my character.
Right.
Which is pretty gross. I'm not sold on Blitz Rush, but it's technically my favorite. Now I think Indiscriminate and Slashing are probably the best kill conditions, and then everything or Tape Swing can be, or I think of Tape Swing as like the get you there card, and then you like look for the kill otherwise. But Tape Swing could be a kill card.
Yeah, no,
I do really like Jolt too.
I totally get it. If Go Beyond did not have a set symbol, I would play a 4 attack Tape Swing Kaminari 2 deck.
That's fair.
And just like every turn, steal a momentum on my turn, steal a momentum on your turn, play hyper defense, and then just like Tape Swing you to death, and you get it on void and order. Yucky. Actually disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, it's some cool stuff. Yeah, I think Slashing Whirlwind is a damn good card. The only issue that I have with Whirlwind in the deck that you have right now is the fact that like its enhance of discard for +10 only playable if you've dealt damage this combat phase, not this game or this whatever. It has to be this turn essentially. And so the big thing that I want to go back is I think that having things like Grasping Tape Toss might be necessary inside of our deck.
Right.
It might be like a better option than Recipro Extend, and we save the job of Extend since there's only one kick in our deck. It's just Extend. So all this card does is it's a 4 mid for 4 that draws a card.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I played it, because I think drawing a card was pretty good, but I mean, I could see it being swapped out for something else.
I agree, drawing a card is very good, which is why we're gonna play Calling for Backup instead.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I just love drawing cards. It's so much fun.
I get it. But yeah, I think this card is necessary when it comes to to playing this Slashing Whirlwind style deck. And so I'm gonna put this Grasping Tape Toss in at A4 of, and we're gonna lose the other one. It's a little tougher to play because it's a 5 diff, not a 4 diff. But I think it will be okay. What's the number we're trying to get to here? This is 68. Do you want to cut down? You want to keep it the same? What are you thinking?
As long as it's 70 or below, I like decks at 70 or 70 and 70 between 70 and 60 is like where I like my decks. I don't like them too thin. I don't like them too thick.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Yeah, I don't think I would let you walk away with a 70+ card deck. So, I'm thinking like 65 is probably the magic number here. 22 attack, 65 cards, might be where it's at. Attack-wise, though, I really like everything that we got going up. Just a couple things to put on your radar. Searing Glacial Storm is really, really messed up when it comes to using our once per turn on our character. If I've got 4 momentum, right? I Searing Glacial Storm is my first move, and then put us both to 5, and then I play Tape Swing, and then play Indiscriminate Shock, and then commit all those cards. Just like turn them all sideways. I'm like, oh, sorry, man, you lost it. Oh, this thing gets a bunch of stats.
Oh yeah,
it feels really good there.
I kept thinking Searing Glacial Storm because lately I've been pushing myself to run some of the worst checks. Like I've been playing a lot of Order Fourth Kind.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Dropkick Slicer
and
Searing Glacial.
What a man.
Which feels terrible sometimes.
Yeah. But it feels so good when you draw them, right?
But when you draw them, it's crazy. I know I was gonna put Searing in at least the sideboard because just as a first enhanced order card is disgusting.
Yeah, it's that and Setup Strike were the only other attacks. Discard Momentum. This tech is +3 speed. Your next tech gets 3 speed. So this is a 6i for 5 on a 4 diff that's like kind of nuts and free with our character. And being able to be like, yo, my Indiscriminate is going to get the extra speed. My Slashing Whirlwind's going to get the extra speed. This card just feels really, really good as a, quote, setup. Oh,
wow. Yeah, actually, I like that a lot. I didn't even think about it.
It's probably a better card than Blitz Rush, but I get that Blitz Rush, like, feels good as a 6 diff, you know? Or maybe even, like, we put Blitz Rush down to a 1 of, we put Indiscriminate Shock down to a 2 of, and we put Setup Strike at a 2 of. And now we just have more options.
Yeah. Sure.
Because I don't think we get to lose Jolt. I think Whirlwind is too cool of a card to rock it. Grasping Tape Toss or Swing is one of our kill conditions. Also, like giving 3 speed to Indiscriminate Shock just feels like really good.
It's so because it being a 3 low is what makes this card fair. But then when it's not, it's not fair anymore.
Yep. And then like you dump the rest of your momentum on the Indiscriminate Shock to make them do the stuff. Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. Discard your entire momentum. If this is a charge attack, your commits 1 foundation for each momentum discarded this way. Yeah, so you don't get to do it here, but you do get to do it here. Charge, charge, not a charge. Okay, so we do have to make sure that it is appropriate if this is a charge attack. I have not read that part before.
I don't think that enhance is often used as much as like a lot of people think, because you really when you get the free momentum, you're just throwing it on like your attacks. I think that's the way to go. Like 90% of the time is just like Slashing Whirlwind eats 2. Let's see, Indiscriminate. The other, not that one, the other one.
This one.
Yeah,
discards momentum.
Yeah, and then you can eat more, or you just dump on Tape Swing, because you're probably doing all your momentum on Tape Swing.
Right.
And then Setup eats it too. So I don't think like that move gets used too often, or that enhance. But I think it works on most of his moves, or like at least half. So if it needs to be there, it can.
Fair. Hit me with the Singleton Blood Curdle.
Well, I have one, and I don't like Moneta 2.
Love that.
And I don't like Nomu.
Yeah.
Insert many characters I don't like that I think Blood Curdle can just shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get my hands on another, I'm picking up another.
Right. Yeah, so we have to leave this card in the deck. It can't go on the sideboard.
It can go on the sideboard. Yeah, it totally could, because it's not vital to my game plan. I just think if I see a character I don't like, they're catching the Blood Curdle firsthand.
For sure. Love that. Absolutely love that. All right, so now let's talk about foundations. So you left 2 of the best 0-drop foundations on the cutting room floor, and that is Tape and calling for backup. Hit me with a reason on both these cards. Your order, your choice.
So I didn't put in calling because I have slammed passing the torch at a 4 of, and then I had the 4 Recipros, which is
Right.
my reasoning for not doing calling. That was like the whole reason is because I felt like I had enough card draw.
Right.
But now that I'm missing one of those two things, I feel like calling is needed, at least at some amount.
Right. Quote,
And
I
then
like drawing cards. You, early in this call. Play them all, got my guy. Play them all.
that's fair. That's fair. Tape. I mean, I just looked at tape, and I was already like bordering close to too big of a deck, so I wasn't sure. I knew you'd put it in there.
Yep.
So I just wanted to get your input on like what should come out for the tape.
Love it. Love it. So I think this card is crazy. It says that all your high and low blocks now get to block the opposite zone, at least at a partial, right? And like flip to do that ability is just crucial enough, you know?
That's fair.
And so I want to put it in here at some number. I'm going to put it in a main boarded 1 at some point. 72. Look at that. We're perfect. Exactly the number we were looking for, right? Just kidding. Okay, so let's take in and look at some options to cut. Drowning and Resentment. What's going on with this guy?
I actually like this card more than I don't, because it's weird and especially now with Grasping Tape Toss, it's just extra damage you can throw on, and I think things like it can boost Indiscriminate to be like almost like a turn 2 kill sometimes if you get one, because that 2 it can get you there. And then sometimes Todoroki 2 is a pain, and anything with stun is a pain, like Grape Rush is a pain. So just flipping this -2. And I also really like that the response that just puts a card in their card pool, because 90% of the time if they're messing with their discard pile, they're not done with their turn, and so just throwing that card in their face can really make them stop the combo, whatever they were doing.
Can I convince you to cut it to 2?
Yeah, you could.
Cool.
I had it at 2, and then I boosted up to 3 because high blocks.
Love it. Let me just check. Yeah, we're here. Oh, we have 1,000 mid blocks. Oh no.
Yeah. The symbol's gross with mid blocks.
Block zone. Look at all these mids. Okay, requesting is 2 goaded in our deck. Maybe we just don't get to play tape, and that sucks. Can I convince you to go to 3 passing, 2 calling?
Yeah, that would work.
Okay. And then we'll drop tape out completely and then see what that does for us. 60 or 67. Go back to block zones. We're here 1920. I get to lose a low block. Lows are here. Got yourself Rooftop making a stand. Unexpected Hero. What's going on with this card? Why is Unexpected Hero here?
I just like it as a defense tool, honestly.
Okay.
And it's also draw card.
It feels really good on both Tape Swing and Grasping Tape Toss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, Tape Swing was like the main thing I saw with Unexpected here. I thought that combo was just unfair. But that's why I play Unexpected here. That's really all there is. Sometimes on defense it was pretty good. There was a point where Unexpected Hero and Heroic Lineage where it was a combo, pretty gross one. But
yeah,
Heroic Lineage came out because I just didn't feel like I could give speed places, so I knocked it off.
Right. The big thing about Heroic Lineage is like your opponent's going to be giving damage, so you give minus speed. Like it's just like it's free and reusable. But
Absolutely.
I get it. We've got Ice Guardian to do that thing, kind of, you know.
Yeah, it's just like I didn't feel like there was enough like guaranteed speed buff to keep it there.
Can we talk about Natural Leader for a second? What's up with this guy?
So that's in there for Slashing Whirlwind, pretty much.
Okay.
I think making Slashing Whirlwind the faster is the better, and once again high blocks, and the first enhance can come in handy sometimes. Like if they're saving their Walkling for your tape swing, you can just go no.
Okay.
And it sucks to be them.
I kind of want to drop it down to a 1 of, exclusively because to make it faster, we have put in Setup Strike, right? As well as it is okay. Like this card's okay. I just don't think it's like stellar, you know. and that does something to our count. We're at 65, which is cool. We just need slightly more high blocks. How many dissolvings do you own?
0. I have to try and get some. I'm probably
Perfect.
gonna buy a couple.
Okay, so for now, I'm gonna cut the dissolving altogether, and I actually want to put Desperate Times up to a 4 of. And the reason is because it's just a 0 diff, and I want you to be able to have these big crazy build turns, because one of the biggest things that you're gonna find as a 6 hand size 25 health character is you're going to die early, and so you need to have a good solid foundation build as quickly as you can. You're going to drop down to about 13 health, turn 2, turn 3, and then you have to make the most of it. And so the more you get caught with bad builds early is how you're going to lose the game more than not.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I've only fought against Kaminari 2 a total of 1 time. And it was all off of the back of he built 3 on turn 1, and then I built like 4 or 5, and then he built 3 on turn. He played a poke, built 3 on turn 2, and then I killed him.
Right.
And so, like, you have to have good builds. You have to have good builds.
I think it's really even more so important on this symbol, because on Chaos you can build the small card. Like, just one cool student is
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. All in all, though, I think this is a really cool. Let me just double check our spot. Yeah, we're here 66, 18. Yeah, we're still a little mid heavy, but that is okay. The only other cards that I put in the sideboard to talk about was one, Gift from Mom. I think it would be hilarious to have a Kaminari 2 Gift from Mom deck. Your punch deck gets 3 damage. I think that looks sweet. That looks so cool.
I actually
that is not for you. That's for me. Yeah, I think Future Charge.
I thought
is
about
sweet.
Future Charge to be really nuts. That drawing just over and over, and then yeah, you could definitely pump it up with like 1 momentum for every single one.
Yeah.
It'd be neat. I don't know if that's like the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That would be something to try. I think like I need more punches too, just in general.
Correct. Yeah, it would have to be an order punch deck. This was more me looking at the card and being like, this works surprisingly well with this character who's got that crazy static limiting like his options. This card like fixes that kind of, right. He says every punch attack has powerful 3 for each copy of this you have out. So you could play 3 Gift from Mom, right, and then like every move hits for 1,000, right.
Right.
And then Creepy Realization. Obviously, you know the power of this card. This card's insane.
Oh, yeah.
This card's so good.
It was in there. It was in the initial build, and then I kept staring at my mid blocks, and I was like, well, a +3 mid block that's a 4 check has to come out.
Totally, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, maybe it's a sideboard card at this point.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about How do you feel about Rocking Attitude? That card seems like it has a place, but I don't know if it's here. It's very interesting. It's above requesting assistance.
There it is. I just couldn't find it. First and foremost, some of the prettiest foiling that's ever existed on a Universes card. Holy cow.
It is like the best looking card, that's for sure.
The card looks sick. It's probably because of how derpy he looks on the card itself. Look at his right hand. Look at both hands. They look they're horrible. They're monstrosities. That's his quirk, because he's got big crazy monster hands.
For sure.
This card's really cool with Jolt. I think this card in a Chaos or Void build with the Ochako barrier is like borderline fucked up and not fair and not cool. Mm-hmm. I think it's really insane how good that tactic is, to the point where I would play 4 of it in a Void Chaos build with 4 of that card and being like, yeah, sorry about it. You don't get to attack me ever. Like a really hard control Kaminari 2 just seems like kind of nutty.
Right. I just don't like that its cost is removed. I feel like that one is like the biggest, like, because removing it just to throw the block or throw your 1 block out and get an extra momentum, it's really solid. But when that's one of the cards you needed to live,
right?
You're between like a place of, do I want to try and see if I live or go for the kill next turn? I don't know. I'm just not sold on the card.
I mean, blocking with Jolt and then committing down their best piece, so then for the backswing feels really easy. But at the same time, this easily could be like another copy of Unexpected Hero for more defense, and then a gotcha, right, to like keep your low block count high. Let's check our block solds. You ready? This card could easily be the 2 of two of the heroic lineage, right? And then now
Yeah.
I've just got speed hate, and that's gonna help keep me alive better than this card.
For sure.
Let's go to
Yeah,
that. I think that's probably the right
think,
answer,
yeah.
actually.
I agree.
So let's
I
go.
like that a
Let's
lot
go
more.
find that.
'Cause, I mean, they released this card with him, and it's like it says it does a thing, and he can do the thing, but is that thing worth doing? And then I just don't find it to be worth doing.
I think in the order deck it is the weakest. I think I genuinely this card with that barrier card is like a
Yeah,
not
that-
fair interaction.
That is pretty rough. That's pretty rough. I will
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, is there anything in here that you vehemently disagree with, build wise? Anything you hate?
No, I think I think it looks a lot better.
Okay.
And I did have a question about one more 3 difficulty card. What would
Yeah.
you think, like, if it has any merit? And it's the UR, the 3 difficulty foundation UR, for our set.
Oh yeah. That card's fine. I think if you were hurting for space, like if you had like a 55 card deck with like 20 attacks and you're like looking for stuff, you could easily toss it in. I don't think you need it, honestly. I mean, you've got passing, you've got calling. I don't think you need the bonus draw. I don't think you're gonna miss it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. The more that I've played with that card, the less I have enjoyed it. Truly.
Right. Yeah. Me too. I think it's gonna be a good card, and it just doesn't pan out often.
Yep. 100%. Yep. All right, man. Well, let me stay on the line just long enough for me to shoot you the link, and thank you for the support over on Patreon.
Absolutely.
All right, we will catch you. Okay.
See ya.
Peace.